but we got to keep that ball moving at all times. A good learning game for us. I think it's early in the season, and there's a ton to learn in pick and roll coverage, transition defense, but some stuff to definitely watch on the film and improve with.
7 of 37 on threes. I know you've said through training camp that was a focus for you guys, and I think Malachi had most of those. Is that a legs thing on the back-to-back, or is that still something that's going to be a work in progress for you guys?
Yeah, it's a constant thing. I think we got a volume of threes, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to score at the rim and trying to score from the three-point line. So the attempts were there. It's the quality of the attempts. We need to keep working through, and that's what coaching is, and that's what you spend time figuring out. What's a good shot, what's a bad shot, and let's get better threes. We always talk about good to great, and today we took some good threes, but we probably could have got great threes if we moved it one or two more times.
Coach, you had that surge at the bottom of the second quarter, and you guys obviously had the lead in the third. Do you find that it's harder to maintain the lead or to play catch-up?
I think both are hard. When you're up 20, they're coming for you. When you're down, you're bringing everything you have, but they got a big advantage. I think it's you find a way to work the ebbs and flows. This game is about runs, especially at the G League level. There's tons of swings, 15-point swings, 9-point swings that happen 2 or 3 times a game, and the hope is to be on the better side of those swings when the game finishes. So we definitely need to do a better job of absorbing their hits and punching back and getting a run of ourselves, which we didn't do today, but we've done in other games this season so far.
Definitely a strong night for Malachi offensively. Granted, we only got a small look at him last season, being a trade acquisition, but what kinds of things have you noticed him working on late last year, early this year, to try and get him to the point where he is now?
Listen, as someone at his size, a wing that can shoot at that size is what everyone dreams about. He's someone that can be a real impact player. He's got to continue to find ways to find his openings and find his holes to get his shots up. And I think in terms of just playing in sort of basic basketball, keeping the ball moving, finding the next pass, he's a real talent, right? And we're excited to have him with us. And I think as he sort of gets more acclimated to our team, we'll be able to utilize him in a better way.
I saw you guys really feeding him a lot more ball handling reps tonight than he had at all last year. Is that an intentional effort to make him into more than a 3-and-D wing?
I mean, I think we're trying to make him a basketball player, right? I think to play in the offense of the G League or of the Raptors, you got to be able to do some multiple things. If it's just handling the ball to take it somewhere in a DHO or take 1 or 2 dribbles to advance the pass, I mean, everyone needs multiple skills. So this is a great training ground for our players to work on the basic skills that will transfer to the NBA game.
The Nets really won a lot of that game in the paint on the offensive glass, especially in the first and fourth quarter. In the third, you guys, I don't know if you won it, but it was a lot better. What changed, and why did you revert back to the negative in the fourth?
Yeah, I mean, overall, right, 67-40 on the glass. It's hard to win basketball games or doing that. And we just got to do a better job of hitting, contacting, and sort of taking on the physical challenge. There's some coverage things we can look at that can sort of help our players with it in terms of, our bigs getting extended. But a lot of it is sort of just a fight for the board and really trying to secure it. And a lot of times, 50-50 balls, we need to do a better job of grabbing in our hands and then breaking out into our offensive breakout package.
Boucher got a lot of blocks. He jumps himself out of position for those rebounds a lot, sometimes on impossible to block shots. Is there a balance? Is that something you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the structural things we can change and look at on film in terms of where we help our bigs and when do they up-help or not up-help. Keeping him in position, I think, 2 block shots, which he's very elite at, and not taking that away from him because it's a tremendous skill he has, but also keeping him in position to rebound so that margin can be a little more even next game.